Thanksgiving at the Clooney residence has always been described as intimate, warm, and full of laughter. Friends close to the family often say George and Amal Clooney host the kind of dinner that feels straight out of a movie. Fireplaces lit, soft jazz playing, and a guest list of carefully chosen loved ones. But this year, that picture-perfect moment shattered in seconds when unexpected officers arrived at the door, transforming what should have been a peaceful holiday into a night of absolute heartbreak and confusion. Guests described Amal as glowing earlier in the evening, excited to spend a rare quiet holiday with her husband and their children. But all that joy froze the moment she saw George go from greeting guests to facing uniformed officers. Witnesses say Amal's face drained instantly, her voice trembling as she asked what was happening. When the officers delivered the news that George was being taken into custody, Amal's composure cracked. She reportedly tried to steady herself, but her tearful plea for clarity showed just how devastating and sudden the situation was. George, known for his charm and poise, appeared stunned as he stepped outside with the officers. He repeatedly turned back toward his family, clearly more worried about Amal's distress than his own situation. Some guests explained that George didn't raise his voice or resist. Instead, he calmly asked for Amal to stay inside, promising her that everything would make sense soon. But that only made her more emotional, realizing he was trying to protect her even as his own world tilted off balance. Inside the house, the energy shifted instantly. Conversations stopped mid-sentence. Music was turned down, and every guest watched with disbelief. Some tried to comfort Amal, but she was too overwhelmed, pacing back and forth, tears streaming down as she desperately attempted to make calls. For a woman known globally for her strength, confidence, and career in defending human rights, this was a moment so raw that everyone around her felt the weight of it. Even while emotional, Amal's brilliance surfaced. Those close to her say that after the initial shock, she forced herself into a calm, focused state, one only a top human rights lawyer could embody. She began asking questions, analyzing the officer's behavior, and gathering details from witnesses. Her determination seemed fueled not only by love but also by her deep understanding of how the justice system works. She knew that clarity would come, but she also understood that every second mattered. Perhaps the most heartbreaking detail came from a family friend who quickly helped take the twins into a quieter part of the home. George had insisted earlier that the kids should not see anything frightening, and Amal agreed despite her emotional state. Witnesses say she later entered the room briefly, wiping her tears and forcing a soft smile to reassure the children. That moment reportedly broke the hearts of everyone nearby, as it showed a mother trying to protect her family even while her own world felt like it was collapsing. As George was placed into the vehicle, witnesses said he paused, turning back toward the house with a look of heartbreak and determination. It was a silent message, perhaps a promise, that he would fight to return home quickly. Friends described it as one of the most emotional sights of the night, something no one ever expected to witness from a man usually associated with red carpets and Hollywood glamour. Once the car drove off, Amal reportedly sat down, trembling, as the weight of everything finally hit her. She covered her face, overwhelmed by fear, shock, and the sudden destruction of what was meant to be a special family holiday. Even her closest friends had no words. All they could do was stay by her side as she silently broke down. Throughout the night, Amal made calls, contacted legal advisors, and tried to gather every piece of information she could. Her team worked tirelessly, and though progress was slow, they reassured her that clarity would soon come. But for Amal, who had just watched the love of her life taken away without warning, every minute felt like an eternity. The strength she usually displayed publicly was replaced by a vulnerable, frightened version of herself, one that reminded everyone present that even the strongest figures have moments of deep pain. As more details trickled in, close friends arrived at the house, offering support, comfort, and protection from the media frenzy rapidly building outside. Amal, though exhausted and emotionally drained, thanked everyone softly, her eyes red from hours of crying. The entire home felt like a sanctuary being defended, as loved ones formed a circle around her, refusing to let her face this nightmare alone. As the world waits for clarity on George Clooney's shocking arrest, one thing remains undeniable. Amal Clooney's emotional reaction revealed a depth of love, vulnerability, and strength that touched everyone who witnessed it. Their family now faces a difficult journey, but Amal's determination suggests she will stop at nothing to protect the man she loves.